Franklin County Community School Corporation. I'll take a roll call, if you would please say present. Jessica Brennan.
Present.
Greg Burris.
Present.
Beth Foster.
Present.
Katie Holman.
Present.
Kevin Kaiser.
Present.
Kim Simonson.
Present.
And Brandy Wilson.
Present.
I realize that you guys have all served before and you've already taken this oath of office, but if you would raise your right hand and take for this 2026 session your oath of office.
Should we stand?
You can if you'd like. If you would, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jessica Brennan,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the State of Indiana.
and the State of Indiana.
I will faithfully execute the duties of my office
I will faithfully execute the duties of my office
as a member of this governing body.
as a member of this governing body.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, all of you.
You.
We need to elect our officers for the Board of Finance. So I believe we've gone over the process here.
I'd like to go ahead and discuss with the board just what the plan will be around all the election of officers. Essentially, for each of the positions, we'll ask for nominations. For each nomination, we'll need a second. After the second, we'll pause for the next nomination. Then we'll get a second for that nomination. Once we've established all the nominations for any of the positions, there'll be a time for discussion. Once time for discussion is over, we will then go through and we will vote in order in which they were received. So if my name was the first name, I'm giving an example that's not possible. If my name was the first name listed, nominated, and second, then when it's time to vote, I would be the first person to be voted upon. Once we have 4 votes for a particular position, then there's no reason to continue to vote for all the other positions. If the first name doesn't get 4 votes, of course, then you may continue to vote for each person along the way. So you don't get 1 vote for the entire category, but you would get a vote for each one with a yes, no, or abstention. Does that make sense as a process? Any opposition to that process for each of these positions? Okay.
Perfect. I will accept nominations for President of the Board of Finance. Do I have a nomination for President?
I'd like to nominate Ms. Foster for President of the Board of Finance.
Is there a second?
I second.
Katie seconded. Are there any other nominations for President of the Board of Finance? Seeing none, is there any discussion? We'll take a vote. All in favor of Ms. Foster for President of the Board of Finance? Raise your hand. Sorry, Ms. Holman. See you. 5. All.
Say
1, 2, 3, 4.
say that again. I apologize.
Sorry.
I couldn't get the
You
count.
want to do a roll call like we did last time?
We can do roll call. Ms. Brennan, yes or no?
Yes.
Ms. Wilson?
No.
Mr. Simonson?
I'm a yes.
Mr. Burris?
Yes.
Ms. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. Holman?
Yes.
Mr. Kaiser?
No.
5-2. We have our President of the Board of Finance. The other office for this Board of Finance is the Secretary. Do I have any nominations for the Secretary of Board of Finance?
I will nominate Greg Burris again to serve in that position.
Is there a second for Mr. Burris?
I'll second.
Ms. Wilson seconds. Any other nominations for Secretary?
I nominate Brandy Wilson.
Randy Wilson nominated. Is there a second for Ms. Wilson?
Second.
Mr. Burris seconded. Any other nominations for Secretary of the Board of Finance? We're going to vote for Brandy Wilson. Ms. Brennan?
Hold.
Excuse me.
The first name given was Mr. Burris.
Sorry. Thank you. Brandy nominated Mr. Burris. Sorry. Excuse me. Thank you. Mr. Burris. Jessica.
Do you accept
Yes.
it?
Ms. Wilson.
You should tell her you
Yeah.
don't accept the nomination. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Simonson.
I am voting yes.
For Mr. Burris.
Yes.
Mr. Burris.
No.
Ms. Foster.
Why do you accept it?
Yes.
Ms. Holman.
No.
Mr. Kaiser.
No.
We've got our 4, 4, 3. Mr. Burris, congratulations. You're the Secretary of the Board of Finance.
Amazing.
Kendra,
She want him sick.
You want me to go ahead and take over?
take over the investment report unless we have anything else there, Mr. Gary.
No, ma'am.
Okay. As you know, according to Indiana code, requires the Board of Finance to meet annually after the first Monday in January and or on before the last day of January. So we are meeting now to discuss the end of year. First, I'm going to go over the investment report, which is enclosure number 1. This gives, it is in your enclosures. I'm going to start off by talking about our checking accounts. You can see we go over interest rates earned from 23, 24, and how we ended in 25. I will just reiterate to the board that interest rates have declined over the past few years, which is as expected. Also with that, we have 6 different bond checking accounts out. With those proceeds, we are paying down or paying off our bond projects, which is expected. Therefore, we are earning less interest on each account because the overall amount in each account is going down due to paying off the projects. Also, we have our end of year balance. I have December of 24 compared to December of 25. Honestly, there's not a lot of change in any of them other than our bond proceed accounts going down, just again, due to paying off the contractors or projects that we were paying for. We did renew our Bass State Bank CD at $1 million. We earned the interest in 25 of just shy of $35,000. We are also continuing our Trust Indiana account. I'm just going to kind of pull this one out a little separately because we have a little over $7.5 million sitting there, earning a 3.78% interest, which is our highest of all checking accounts, gaining the most interest. Just a reiteration to the board of our 2 main accounts. We have our FCN bank account, our primary, that receives all basic grants, cafeteria reimbursements from the state, grant reimbursements, and summer school reimbursements. And from that account, we pay our payroll, health insurance, Indiana Department of Revenue taxes, and our IRS taxes. Our other primary checking account that we have is at First Financial, where we receive all transportation expense reimbursements, cafeteria dollars from parents who make deposits into their children's accounts online. We receive our property taxes and all other revenue and reimbursements. From First Financial, we pay any accounts payable checks. Also, our Ohio Department of Revenue taxes, our bus contractors, and any of our employee voluntary deductions, such as our flex account, life insurance, and etc. Any question on the investment report? Okay, I think that's for information only. Any discussion? You want me to go ahead and move on to the second one? Okay. So also, according to Indiana code, I am going over the fiscal indicators that are on Gateway that are available for our school corporation. These I will just, again, tell the board this is for the 24-25 school year. It is a year behind, but these are financial indicators that the government puts out for every school corporation, and I'm required to go over these with you. 24-25, the student count was at 1,915 students. Our net assessed value was just over 1 billion. I'm sorry. Yes, 1 billion. Our estimated population in Franklin County is just over 16,000. If you move on down to our average daily membership and demographics, You can see here the last 10 years of our student count has declined. We ended this year, the 24-25 school year. In the fall, our student count was 1,911, and in the spring count, our count was 1,881. A lot of that, I'm just gonna briefly go over, can be due to midterm graduates. Moving on to fund balances, you'll see that the biggest change from 23 to 24 was our capital funds. If the board recalls, we had a bond that was a reimbursable bond that we took out to reimburse us for past operational expenses. We had hit the 3-year mark and had to move those dollars into our operations fund, which it shows here on this graph a large jump in bar graph, and that's why. Other than that, everything is pretty steady. Again, all of these are available on Gateway if the public would like to go through these. Moving along to our annual deficit or surplus. In 24, we did have just a little bit of an increase in expenditure over revenue, and this is as to be expected with declining enrollment and also the way that we've been paying down our bond proceeds. So we've been paying down projects. It is to be expected that we expended more than we took in that year. Moving on to fund balance as a part of expenditures. Again, this is to be expected, the 53% in 2024. Our fund balances as of expenditures, percent of expenditures. If there's any questions from the board, please stop me at any time. The next is revenue by type. You can see on here that our two largest revenue sources are the state revenue through ADM and our local tax revenue through property taxes. And finally, it does have a slide on referendums revenue, but Franklin County School Corporation does not have a operating referendum, so you can see it's at a 0%. Any questions? Okay, that's for discussion only. The final part of the Board of Finance meeting is a review of our investment policy. I am requesting that there are no revisions done to our current policy, and we continue as we have over the last year. If there are any discussion and review, it's discussion and review only. If the board would like to make any changes, we can make them accordingly moving forward.
Any discussion for Kendra? Questions for her? Without further ado, we'll adjourn the Board of Finance meeting. Thank you. Ready to go again?
Board, just so you know, I am going to ask for an agenda change after the roll call to bring our celebration up top. I have something to celebrate. And I'd like to do that before we get into the other elections. So I'll ask for that after the roll call. So just so you know, why I'm standing here for that. I also have some guests that are going to help us with the pledge once we're ready. Hang out right here with me in just a moment. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and then we'll have our pledge of allegiance.
I'd like to call the Franklin County Community School Corporation first board meeting of the year to order. We'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Followed by a moment of silence, of course.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
you, ladies. Good job. We'll start with the roll call. Jessica Brennan,
Present.
Greg Burris,
Present.
Beth Foster,
Present.
Katie Holman,
Present.
Kevin Kaiser,
Present.
Kim Simonson,
Present.
Brandy Wilson.
Present.
Thank you.
I would ask the board for an agenda change, just one item. If you'll note, the celebration item is item number 5. I'd like to bring that up to above item number 4, which is the board reorganization. I have a bit of a celebration I'd like to bring forward. To change the agenda, I would need a first, second discussion and a vote.
I'll make a motion to move agenda item 5 to ahead of item 4.
Thank you.
I second it.
Any discussion? All right, and can we please vote with a right hand? All those in favor? 7-0. Thank you very much.
Can you show that?
Can I use my left
Yes.
the rest of the night?
Yes.
I'll go left hand.
May I?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Move this over. I just don't want to mess up the second.
You're good. Appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you for that. I just want to take a few moments to recognize something very important, not just on our calendar, but in the life of our school corporation. January is officially Board of Education Recognition Month in Indiana, and on behalf of our students, staff, and community, I want to say a very sincere thank you to our Franklin County Community School Corporation Board of School Trustees. Serving on a school board is not an easy role. It requires time, preparation, thoughtful discussion, and sometimes very difficult decisions. It often means balancing competing priorities, navigating complex issues, and doing so in a way that keeps students at the center of the work. This year in particular, our board has been asked to lead through challenges, change, and important decisions that will shape the future of our corporation. They've done so with focus on collaboration, long-term thinking, and what is best for our students, not what is easiest or most comfortable. I also want to thank them for the support they provide to our staff and our administrators. The work we do as a leadership team is stronger because of the trust, guidance, and partnership of this board. So tonight and throughout this month, we want to publicly recognize and thank you for your service, your leadership, and your dedication. And as a crowd, if you would not mind, please join me in thanking our FCCSC Board of School Trustees for all they do for our students, for our schools, and for our community. But I do not stand alone in thanking you. We have a couple of speakers that'd like to come up and briefly thank you as well. We're going to start with our high school students. Let's welcome Gina and Savannah on up. They have a couple words for you as well. Come on up.
Good evening. My name is Gina Crawford, and with me is Savannah Leach. On behalf of Franklin County High School administration, staff, and students, we are privileged to recognize members of Franklin County Community School Board this evening. Dear Kevin Kaiser, Vice President Jessica Brennan, Secretary Brandy Wilson, Beth Foster, Kim Simonson, Katie Holman, and Greg Burris, thank you for all you do. School board members often work behind the scenes, yet the impact of your service is felt every single day in our classrooms, hallways, and throughout our community. As someone who is very involved in the school in many ways, holding many leadership positions, I thank you for allowing us at the high school and throughout the whole Franklin County community for all your opportunities you allow students to have throughout the year. I would now like to let Savannah speak.
You are an essential piece to our team. You are asked with making complex decisions that affect budgets, curriculum, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the success and well-being of these children. These decisions are made with care, integrity, and deep commitment to doing what is best for children, even when the path forward is not always clear or easy. Because of your leadership, our schools continue to grow, adapt, and strive for excellence. Your hope that our students are supported, our educators are empowered, and our community's values are reflected in the direction of our district. On behalf of students, families, staff, and community, thank you for your service, your dedication, and your willingness to lead. Your commitment makes a lasting difference, and we are truly grateful for the time, energy, and heart you give to our schools. Please join me in thanking our school board members for their outstanding service and leadership. Now have a token of appreciation for all school board members.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, she did. Thank you.
Kim, at what point do they get these conflict of interest?
All right, the team, next up, I have my friend Dottie here from the middle school who has a few words for you as well.
It's on the agenda.
I want to turn things over to Dottie. Go ahead, Dottie.
That would be new business.
Dear board members, I am from Franklin County Middle School and just wanted to come here tonight to thank you for spending your time trying to help our schools be better for us. We imagine that sometimes you have to spend warm summer evenings or cold winter nights like tonight in this meeting room. And there are probably a dozen other things you would rather be doing. And yet you spend your valuable time on students you've never met, students who have no idea of your existence. According to Google, the definition of a selfless person is someone who is concerned more with the needs and wishes of others than with one's own desires. It is an unselfish person. This is what each and every one of you are. By becoming board members, you choose to put others before yourself. We are so grateful for all of you that do our schools. We are so grateful for all that you do for our schools by helping to make them better places to be and to learn in. Thank you from all the students at FCMS. To show our appreciation, we would like to give you each a certificate for being such impactful parts of our school community. And we brought treats as well because we know we like treats much better than certificates.
Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. You spent all day making these so much.
Thank all the people behind this, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, and I do like treats.
I'm a fan.
You make this?
No comment.
Okay. Thank all the people behind this. I mean, there's tons of them that I know. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Yeah.
Leggett.
Just a couple more, and then we'll turn things back to our meeting. As for our guests, just as soon as we get done with this portion, if you would like to leave, because I heard there's a football game on tonight. You're welcome to it, of course, but we want just a couple more. I asked all the schools to choose something, and so each of them did. And so I would like to present to our Board of Education on behalf of Mount Carmel School, something they put together for you to say thank you as well. Okay, so they put this together, all the classrooms and all the spaces, and so they wanted to say thank you in their special way as well. So this will be out and around for you. I'm gonna spin real quick so the audience can see it as well. So Mount Carmel was able to put this together for our board, and we thank them for that on calendar and pictures. Okay, very, very good. So we'll have this out and around. A couple more things for you before we're finished.
It's going to spoil us. It's going to spoil us.
Laurel Elementary School chose to put together some large-size cards with a lot of artwork inside of it to say thank you as well. So here is the first one, and we can pass this around as well. So we have this piece here, and then a lot of student art on the inside for you, and then on the back side to say thank you as well. And so I'll show this to the crowd as well. So Laurel was able to do it in their special way to say thank you to our Board of Education as well. So that's card number 1. And then card number 2 from LES. Again, a lot of thank yous on the inside, and then on the back as well. And then we'll pass these around, and they'll be around for after the meeting as well. One more to go. So each school in their own special way was able to put something together for you. And so Brookville Elementary is no different. So I have a stack of thank you cards for each of you from Brookville Elementary for you to take home tonight and, of course, to enjoy them. So not set in any certain order. They're for you.
I was asked today if I knew what month it was, and I'm like, is this a trick question?
Sir?
Thank you.
Thank you. So sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I have one more item.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate all you do.
So I think sometimes legacy is tangible, and sometimes in positions where you're making decisions, it's hard to see that tangible. So I'm starting a new tradition here. at our corporation, and that is that each January, our board is going to have a chance to dedicate a book for each of our libraries, where you get to sign and dedicate whatever message you want on the inside of this, and it will be in all of our school libraries for our students to see forever. And so this year's book is Oh, the Places You'll Go. And so tonight, I have 5 copies. All of you are going to sign and dedicate according to how you see fit, either tonight or over the course of this month at some point. Once I have all 7 finished, they'll be delivered to each of the schools, and so they'll be in the libraries on your behalf. And so, as a superintendent, I want to say thank you for the support that you give me every single day. You're always a phone call away and willing to give me the advice that I need. Not being from here, a lot of times I need to know that history and also the support. And so I could not thank you enough. And so just a small token of my thanks to you is this new tradition for you to have a book in your name forever in each of our libraries, and we'll do this each January along the way. With that being said, how about one more round of applause for our Board of Education? All right, any of our guests that would like to leave, you are welcome to. This is a good transition point and move into the other items on the agenda. You don't have to leave. There's no reason to. Thank you very much to our speakers as well. Sarah, would you like a picture of our speakers? Would that be helpful to you? If you were a speaker, would you mind heading towards the Wildcat so that the study can take a picture of it? Yeah, you did.
Give credit.
Dottie, great job.
Give credit for
Great job. Great job, Chief. Wonderful.
And on we go. Thank you all for your service. I'm glad to have a month recognizing you because you do a job that is not the easiest, and I appreciate you. It's time to reorganize our board. We're going to follow the same process as we did for the Board of Finance, if that's acceptable to everyone. And we'll get started. Do I have any nominations for president? Yes, Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to nominate Jessica Brenneman for president, Franklin County Community School Corporation.
Is there a second
I'll
for Ms.
second.
Brennan? Kevin? Is there a second nomination for president? Seeing none, would you like to vote by roll call again, or would
Discussion first?
you like to have any discussion for our single nomination?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Roll call. Jessica?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Beth?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Congratulations, Ms. Brennan. Is there a nomination for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Kim Simonson for Vice President of the Board.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there another nomination for vice president of the board? Is there any discussion for our nomination for the vice president of the board? Seeing none, roll call. Jessica?
Yes.
Brandy?
No.
Kim?
Yes.
Mr. Burrs?
Yes.
Beth?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Kevin?
No.
5-2. Brings up our secretary. Is there a nomination for a board secretary?
Randy Wilson.
Nomination for Brandy. Is there a second?
I second.
Katie seconds, Beth seconds. Whoever you choose, they were both pretty. Beth got her right hand up, but Katie said it out loud.
Yeah.
Tough call. Tough call. I'm
Is
good with
there
Katie.
a second nomination for the secretary? Seeing none, is there any discussion regarding our sole nomination? We'll go down the line. Jessica?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Beth?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
7-0. Is there a nomination for the legislative liaison, the ever coveted position?
I will nominate Kevin Kaiser to serve in that role again.
Is there a second for Mr. Kaiser?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any other nominations for the highly coveted position? Any discussion regarding our sole nomination? Take a roll call. Jessica?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Beth?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
7-0. Thank you for being so willing. Although I've seen people get voted in tonight that weren't as willing. Okay.
All right, so we're going to take a small moment to take a group picture and then get ourselves reset for the remainder of the meeting. So we've typically done this kind of center stage here. Is that how you'd like to proceed again? Or it's our website picture and things of that nature? Okay, well, let's come on together.
I'm just going to scoot down.
So what are we doing?
We're going to scoot down. I'm going to scoot.
Would you ladies like to sit up front?
Can.
Yeah. You coming down? In my seat.
Greg, you wanna roll those chairs out?
Can you put my seat?
Let the girls,
By you.
let the girls sit in chairs in front. Chuck, I'm gonna slide this up a little bit.
Thank you.
There we go.
We're scooting. Got to scoot down.
Yeah.
Can you come?
Is Franklin County in the picture?
Kevin.
Is this your, oh, yeah, yeah, sorry. Yep. Is this yours?
Yes.
It's all right.
Yes, yes, please. I forgot it was back there. Okay, are you, he's up there laughing.
Kim, you got a good chair here that
Katie can't move very well.
That microphone down.
Lay the water bottles down, just so it's not going to face.
I'm the thirstiest board member.
Don't tip my running. Wait.
No, I got to take a picture with that. Not quite done yet. Okay. So get ourselves reorganized.
Sit still, Beth. No.
No, you're, I have to get Katie back down. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's gonna-
Just,
I'm looking one in there for a pillow or? Katie, can you
now what? Switch seats here. You sure?
Can you scoot for just a second?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not breaking anything, I promise.
Katie, I like your hair.
Thank you, Grady. She's a curly turtle. I like it. It's called,
Guys, are you okay with Jessica's seat?
Yep.
pardon me? What did I mention? Yeah. Gotta take it good.
I don't think we got all this last year, did we?
No. Look at this, Greg.
Sure sitting by me.
I have no idea.
Everything you need?
We're good. Look forward to looking through. Just makes you wonder what we could do for them. I don't know what, like providing an ice this spring or ice machine or something.
I think they talked about that. It's only $200 for
Yeah.
that snow cone machine.
Kona ice?
Yeah, we could do
Yeah.
one at each school.
Yeah. My goodness, I got another
Something to
picture.
fool around. You know, maybe in the spring.
All right, when you are ready, we are now at item 4, item 4, letter B.
Oh,
All right.
You want to announce it? I'll rock it.
Okay, so item 4, letter B, time, date, and place of our regular board meetings.
For the board's assistance, I put out a list of of dates that are the second Mondays of each month. Unless the board wants to change, that would represent the dates and times that are being recommended. So second Monday of each month, and then the place, of course, being here unless otherwise prescribed. With that list that's in your hands now and that description, I would need a first, second discussion, and a vote.
I move to approve the dates for the regular board meetings.
Motion by Kevin Kaiser. Is there a second?
I second.
I think Brandy Wilson, maybe, I think was the first one. Is there a second?
That was a bit of a race.
And discussion? No discussion? Okay.
Ready for vote?
All in favor for the, keeping these board meetings the same? Raise your right hand.
May I use my left?
Or left. Okay, 7-0.
7-0, thank you.
Excellent. So moving to item 4C is the appointment of corporation treasurer, deputy treasurer, and extracurricular treasurer.
Thus, the County Superintendent is recommending that Ms. Kendra Franks continue as the corporation business manager and CFO. And just for those that are watching, this is kind of one of those logistical things that we have to do. Obviously, she's under contract to do this job already. But it is something we have to do each January. With that, I need a first, second discussion and a vote.
I'll move.
Kim Simonson motion. Beth Foster second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd just like to just thank her for all the energy, and I know she works outside of her time, and, you know, it's unusual to find people like this, and you're one of those special people. So, Kendra, we rely on you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. All in favor? Kendra is our corporate treasury. 7-0. Excellent. So now we are on item 4D, is the appointment of the corporation attorney.
Thus, the County Superintendent is recommending that we continue the use of the services of Ms. Amber McMillan. Ooh, I just call you Amber. Orozco. I didn't want to butcher it. As our corporation attorney, with that, I'll need a first, second discussion and vote.
Is there a motion?
I'll make, so move.
Brandy Wilson, second.
Second.
Katie
Second.
Holman. Or Kevin. Excellent. Any discussion? Great. All in favor for Amber Orozco? 7-0.
Okay.
Me too, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Count myself. Excellent. So we are moving along now to item 4E, which is the approval of the annual per diem compensation for board members.
Thus, the County Superintendent is recommending that the board members be compensated $2,000 as an annual per diem for 2026, which would not be any kind of change from the previous year. With that, would be a first, second discussion and vote. Well, unless there's other recommendations.
I move to approve the recommendation of 2,000 annual per diem, keep as is.
Kevin Kaiser, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Brandy Wilson, second. Any discussion on this topic? Okay. All in favor to approve keeping our compensation at 2,000? Right hand or left? 7. Item F, approval to accept out-of-district students.
Thus, the County Superintendent is recommending the school corporation continue to accept out-of-district students. No changes here, but I will need a first, second discussion and vote.
So moved.
Beth,
I'll second.
Second.
Katie Holman, second, I think was. Any discussion? Excellent, no discussion. All in favor to approve accepting out-of-district students? Raise your hand. 7-0. And that puts us to G, conflict of interest disclosure statements.
So I'm here to help with this a little bit. According to the Indiana Code, any public servant, which you are as a school board member, must disclose if you have a pecuniary interest or derive a profit from a contract with an action by a governmental entity, school, served by the public service, you. Does anybody have any conflicts of interest that they would like to bring forth to the board?
I have a form for you.
Good? Have you seen both of these, Ms. Secretary? I'll be passing them to you after we go through them. Okay. Ms. Holman has disclosed a conflict of interest here, and reading through, she states, my husband, so not my husband, Katie's husband, Mike Holman, drives for an independent contractor. The contract is with Kirk Oglesby. So my understanding here is that we as a corporation contract with bus drivers. Those contractors hire bus drivers. Mr. Holman is one of those. So pecuniary interest in that her spouse receives money from a contract. I don't believe this is an absolutely required disclosure pursuant to the code, but I think it's a good idea to disclose. Does anybody have, I would need a motion to accept this Ms. Holman signed conflict of interest disclosure statement. If you had, or I'm also open for any questions regarding it. Ms. Holman, did I properly state your potential conflict here?
Okay.
So a first, second discussion and a vote.
A motion to accept the conflict of interest?
I move to approve Ms. Holman's conflict of interest.
Very good. Do I have a second to accept?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Any discussion for Katie's conflict of interest?
We're very thankful.
Aha. Seeing no discussion, we'll take a show of hands. All in favor of accepting the conflict of interest, please raise a hand. You're allowed to vote. Yes, 7-0. Thank you. The other conflict of interest was provided to me by Mr. Burris. I bet I'm going to find a very similar thing. Okay, so in this one, it's a little bit different because I believe what I'm reading here, Mr. Burris, is that you are the contractor.
My wife is the shareholder in the company that contracts. I'm not an officer nor a shareholder in that company.
So your wife is a contractor whom would hire someone like Mr. Holman to drive for you. So a step closer, if you will, in this. So pecuniary interest to Mr. Burris's family because he is a contractor with whom the school contracts to run a or several bus routes, depending on the year, I bet. Whatever the contracts come up with. Okay. Did I properly state that, Mr. Burris?
I think so, yeah.
Do I have any questions for me on that, on how, because that one I believe is a conflict of interest. That was one that you would need to disclose. Any questions or comments on that? Do I have a motion to accept the conflict of interest from Mr. Burris?
I'll move to approve the conflict of interest for Mr. Burris.
Do I have a second to accept the conflict? Ms. Holman? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll take a show of hands. All in favor of accepting the conflict of interest? 7-0.
Amber, if we have a spouse, that wouldn't fall under the guidelines as I've read it. Am I correct or not?
A spouse could be, it would depend on the nature of the relationship, sir. If there were something that made pecuniary interest not, if your spouse did not provide to you any pecuniary interest, then
just an employee.
maybe not.
Yeah.
But probably you should be disclosing any pecuniary interest that a spouse would have in receiving funds from the school.
Okay. So based on what you're telling me, I should file one.
I don't know, but I will believe you.
I mean, she's just an employee.
You're married to a
Employee.
FCCSC employee.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
What if you have a child that's employed?
No, because
Okay.
I guess unless the relationship is
They have to be
different than
independent.
usual, right.
Okay.
They have to be either like a spouse where you're on equal, or
But
You
even
are
if
their
they're an
dependent.
adult and they're a dependent, it would be a pecuniary interest.
if they're dependent, correct. But if they're a adult employee of the school corporation who happens to be your child, that is not unless there's a weird situation, it's probably not.
Does this have to be filed tonight?
It should be filed by tonight. We could allow Mr. Simonson an extension of time in which to file such one, if you believe it would be necessary. Now I'm remembering what the connection is. Yes, you should file one. Took me a second.
Would it be prudent to allow that to happen in February, just a few weeks from now, as long as there's no action between now and then that would put him in a situation that would be otherwise?
Yes,
And as a board, we could operate the same process from the president's seat
correct.
at that point,
That's correct.
just so that not everything gets delayed.
There's a timeline. He's well within his timeline.
That's right. That's what I was just looking up, but now I see it and we're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Other questions, because those are good ones. Very good.
Amber, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you need me anymore, sir?
I don't think so. Go enjoy the
Or
game.
Madam President? I'm gonna go watch a football game.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Amber.
That was not very nice.
Thank you.
I could make a motion to
Thank
revisit.
you.
No, I'm just kidding.
Excellent. So I think that takes us to item 5, celebrations, which we've already done. I will move to item 6, consent agenda items. This is minutes, expenditures, resignations, retirements, internal position changes.
And with that list that the board has, I need a first, second discussion and vote.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Kevin Kaiser makes a motion.
I'll second.
Brandy Wilson, second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor to approve our consent agenda items? 7-0. Next is F, which is our personnel new hires.
Just a short list on this particular one. We want to say thank you to these folks for joining our team, and boy, there's some tough names here, so I'm gonna do my best. So we have Sarah Negengard, a paraprofessional at BES, Rachel Klosterman, custodian at BES, and Colin Walker, custodian at Franklin County Middle School. And with those three for personnel new hires, I want to need a first, second discussion and vote.
Make a motion to approve the personnel new hires.
I'll second.
Kevin Kaiser make the motion, Brandy Wilson second. Any discussion?
What did you say? Any discussion?
Any discussion for these
No.
personnel new hires? Okay, excellent. All in favor for these personnel new hires? 7-0. Excellent. Next is personnel extracurricular, which is a much longer list.
A bit of a list. I will carry through this. For LES, we have Alan Craver, sixth grade band instructor, Crystal Vestal, webpage director, Carol Blake, yearbook sponsor, Venus Harrington Drama Club, Christy Sheehan, student council, Matt Madden, fifth grade boys basketball. This is for next season. Rodney Ball, sixth grade boys basketball. Matt Madden, fifth and sixth grade girls basketball. Rodney Ball, fifth and sixth grade girls basketball. MCS, Nathan Cable, sixth grade girls basketball. Michael Brennan, fifth grade girls basketball. Sean Louderman, fifth grade boys basketball. FCMS, Eric Abrams, athletic director. Derek Stang, athletic supervisor. Jill Schnichter, basketball cheer coach. Ooh, I hope I did okay on that one. At the high school, we have Terry Hornberger, MCAT's sponsor, Lauren Smith, MCAT's assistant sponsor, Pam Gutzweiler, department chair of Office of Student Services. She is doing that from her LES position because she is certified as a counselor to watch over those other counselors at the high school level. Alan Craver, drama assistant B. Samantha Kersey, drama assistant C. Terry Hornberger, we have a number of dual credit classes. Terry Hornberger, 5 dual credit classes. Katie Schneider, 3 dual credit classes, 2 AP classes. Wes Gilman, 2 dual credit classes. Derek Herbert, 4 dual credit classes. Derek Stang, 3 dual credit classes. Emily Miller, 4 dual credit classes. Michael Kristoff, 2 dual credit classes, 1 AP class. Tanya Wirtz, 1 dual credit class. Kim Sherwood, 1 dual credit class. Don Hurl, 2 dual credit classes. Sharon Volk, 3 dual credit classes. Colleen Tincher, 2 dual credit classes. For Spanish, Francisco, 2 dual credit classes. Adam Hofer, 1 dual credit class. Dustin Riley, varsity boys golf co-head coach. Brendan Cowan, varsity boys co-head coach. Just a few left. Jackie Beneker, co-ed assistant track coach B. Sam Arnold, co-ed assistant track coach C, Caitlin Marshall, co-ed assistant track coach D. Whew. With that list, I need a first, second discussion and a vote.
I apologize. There were two that were missed.
Okay. Did I miss them as I read?
They're right on the page
Then why are
break.
you apologizing? It should not be on me.
They're right on the page break.
Daniel Ward, co-ed track coordinator, and Nick Van Oven, co-ed assistant track coach A.
Oh, how did I miss? I don't see them on the break. Oh, they didn't print. Oh, okay. I apologize. Nick Van Oven, co-ed assistant track coach A. Daniel Ward, co-ed track coach coordinator. Sorry, I apologize. They didn't print. I don't know why. Bringing that up with our printing company. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. With that, first, second discussion and a vote.
Make a motion to approve the recommendations.
Kevin Kaiser. Brandy Wilson, second. Any discussion? Excellent. And a vote. All in favor to approve these? 7-0.
And thank you to all of them.
Certainly. Okay, I think that brings us to H, grants and donations.
All right, Margaret Lake, Secretary of MCS, is requesting permission to accept a donation from the FC Community Foundation in the amount of $1,000 for gifts or food for families during Christmas. Chad Gutzweiler, teacher at FCHS, is requesting permission to accept a grant from the Joe Burrow Foundation in the amount of $1,000 for mental health awareness. And Jackie Barrico, teacher at FCSHS, is requesting permission to accept a donation from Delta Thigh sorority.
Tall.
Thank you. Sorority in the amount of $500 from FCCLA State Conference. With all of those, we say thank you to those groups, but I will need a first, second discussion and a vote.
So moved.
Beth Foster,
I'll second.
second Kevin Kaiser. Any discussion?
Do we write a thank you letter back to them?
You know what? Procedurally, that's not in there, but I think we should.
Yeah,
I think we should. I'll put a note to that. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
I'm also just so thankful that these teachers are willing to search for these donations, these grants and such, and I
Takes time.
appreciate that. Yes, it does.
It takes time to fill out that paperwork. That's no joke.
Absolutely. Any other discussion? Okay. Let's go to a vote. All in favor, raise a hand. 7-0? Excellent, yeah. And thanks again for all of these grants and donations. That's amazing. Next will take us to item number 7, the financial reports. And Kendra, I'll let you continue with that.
The education fund balance as of December 31st, 2025 was $6,448,616.15. A year ago, this balance was $7,239,224.34. The operations fund balance as of December 31st, 2025 was $1,250,053.45. A year ago, this balance was $952,827.10. The rainy day fund balance as of December 31st, 2025 was $4,164,640. Wow, sorry, these numbers are all very similar. $4,164,641.37. A year ago, this balance was $4,303,400.92. The interest earned year-to-date as of December 31st was $498,170.43. This is compared to $677,646.33 a year ago. Any discussion? Questions? Okay, the cafeteria fund balance as of December 31st, 2025 was $185,709.07. This is compared to $291,997.72 a year ago. And the latchkey fund balance as of December 31st, 2025 was $10,706.25. This is compared to $19,851.57 a year ago.
Thank you, Kendra. Any discussion? This is discussion only.
Kendra, I saw some of the latchkey reports were down, and I guess people just didn't pay them before Christmas, or?
A little bit of that, but also, if you remember, we had asked our latchkey to spend some of those dollars because they were a little high and on supplies for those students. It is holding steady. I have no worries or concerns, even with sometimes a little behind balances from the families. It's holding steady, and I love that they got some new supplies. I'm not concerned at all, but yes.
Kendra, has anybody ever asked if, what kind of supplies they need, and, like they're donating grants and things like that. I'm kind of sure that if we got that word out, that people might donate to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So each building has kind of a coordinator for their latchkey program. I'm not sure if they've reached out to their PTOs maybe, or their families that go to their schools. I'm not sure of that communication, but I can definitely have them communicate with the principals for maybe needs that they may have to reach out.
I know some of the organizations in town would have $100 or whatever that they would be glad to donate for latchkey.
Absolutely.
Any other discussion? Questions for Kendra? Okay. That takes us to item D, permission to apply for the 2026 Franklin County Community Foundation project grants.
The foundation itself requires minutes from our meeting showing that board approval as a part of their application packet. So therefore, Dustin Gary Superintendent is recommending the school corporation is permitted to continue to participate in the FC Community Foundation project grants, which I find to be outstanding and incredible. But that is my recommendation, so I need a first, second, discussion, and vote.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the permission to apply for Franklin County Community Foundation project grant.
Kevin Kaiser makes the motion. Katie Holman, second. Excellent. Any discussion? Okay. Let's take it to a vote. All in favor to approve their application packet? Raise a hand. 7-0. Next, item E, 2025 budget transfers.
Every year at the end of the calendar year, we have appropriation transfers that need to occur with the Education and Operations Fund to eliminate appropriations with negative balances. We have a small team that helps allocate appropriations to different areas within the school corporation. We learn from this end of year knowledge of where the need is every year. So I am asking the board for the approval to make these transfers just so that we end the year with, there is nothing that is overwhelmingly negative that a positive account can't cover. So we make these changes accordingly on the next calendar year budget. I am asking the board for the approval of these transfers.
With that, we need a first, second, discussion, and vote.
So moved.
Beth Foster, Katie Holman, second. Any discussion? Okay. Let's vote all in favor to approve the budget transfers. Raise a hand. 7-0. Okay. I think next that takes us to item 8, which statements from the public and employees. In order to address the board, individuals must sign in prior to the start of the meeting. Individuals that have signed up are given 3 minutes to speak. A maximum of 5 individuals may address the board regarding the same topic, issue, or concern. Individuals are asked to avoid repetition and shall not be permitted to use names of individual employees or students. We do have one for statement from the public. Ms. Sarah Duffy.
Hi, I'm Sarah Duffy. I'm your representative on the Franklin County Redevelopment Commission. I've been doing this for 8 years. And I just wanted to take a minute and say, Now is the time you need to think about going big, because if Franklin County gets a data center, that data center building, they're going to spend $1.5 billion up to $2 billion for that building. And I checked, and the assessed value for our entire county is only $1.7 billion. So if we get a data center, there's going to be a lot of TIF tax money rolling in. And that's why I think we really need to think about a proposal that will capture the attention and be a benefit to the schools, to community, and economic development, and go for more than the 15% that we normally get by having a really good project that ties us into something with community and data center. So I just want to plant that seed and have you start thinking about that. Not that it has to be done today, but just start the wheels going. And last, I want to say I'd be glad to continue to represent you on the Redevelopment Commission, if that's appropriate. And if one of you is ready to step up and be on the Redevelopment Commission, I'm more than willing to help make that transition.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.
We have no other names signed in, so I think that concludes our statements from public and employees. Next, item number 9, old business.
I don't have any.
We have none. Item number 10, new business. So item 10A, mowing and landscaping bids for 2026.
Thus, the Gearing Superintendent is requesting permission to advertise for bids for the 26 mowing and landscaping weed control of all FC schools and the admin office beginning March 1st of 26 through the end of October of 26 for the mowing and the end of November for landscaping. Bids will be received until 2 p.m. February 5th of 2026. I'm asking for permission to advertise for the bid. I'll bring that final approval for recommendation in February. With that being said, I'll need first, second, discussion, and vote for the permission to advertise.
I'll make a motion to approve to advertise bids for mowing and landscaping for
Kevin
2026.
Kaiser made the motion. Katie Holman, second. Any discussion? All right. We'll take it to a vote. All in favor to approve the request to advertise for bids, raise your hand. 7-0. Excellent. Item 11, other. We do have one item here, which is the appointment of the Brookville Redevelopment Commission.
Yes, I just want to take a moment to have a discussion before I give my recommendation around this position. I want to be very clear. Sarah Duffy has done an incredible job for us, and she is truly a friend to the corporation and still will be. But oftentimes, I look at things as an opportunity for when we have a board member that's willing to step into a space like this. One of us in that kind of type of space is always a good thing, and I would always ask if we do have someone willing that we go that direction, just because they are an elected official and a board member. So is there any conversation the board would like to have with me before I make my recommendation for this type of position? Mr. Kaiser has communicated to me that he was willing to serve in this role. If there's other willing to serve in this role, it just hasn't been communicated to me just yet, but that is the discussion. Any conversation before I make a recommendation?
Yes, is this correct? Appointment to Brookville Redevelopment?
Oh, nope, that should be Franklin County. I apologize.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
And then, can I talk?
It's discussion.
Yeah, okay.
Discussion. Yes, ma'am.
It's open,
Can I talk?
open dialogue.
Okay, first of all, this goes way back. I know we've got football to watch, so I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Sarah, pardon me?
My husband appreciates that.
I know, we all do, right? First of all, I can't remember how many years I was on the Brookfield development, and Sarah was on the Franklin County. Sarah knew so much more than I did, so whenever I had a question, I said, Sarah, what are we doing? I don't understand this. Well, Sarah is so qualified for this job. She has developed her skills. She always is thinking of Franklin County schools. Her experience with the board, she was on the board how many years? School board? 8.5 years. So she knows what areas that we can go to with with the money that we would get. Second, she has been trained on TIF. She's also been to Purdue University and for training on the economic redevelopment. Also, she's, I don't know if a development association. She she has talked to many private consulting firms about the redevelopment, and this is really a big issue right now in Franklin County with the data center coming on. Sarah is always looking out for the school. She will always make sure that we get our amount. And when she'll come back and tell us, well, I don't think we're getting what we need. But with this data center coming on, guys, she didn't say million. She said billion. And so we're talking about huge money. I don't know if we're going to get it. I don't know if we're going to do it. I don't know anything, and I don't think anybody else knows. But I, at this point, really think that we need a person in there that knows what's going on. She knows about TIF. She knows about the appropriations that we can get and what we can spend them on. So I am kind of just sitting here and campaigning for Sarah. I really kind of think that we need her now, this year. If she wants to go, the next year, that's fine. But this data center is huge. It is, well, I don't know how to make it so huge. You know what I mean? We've never seen anything like this.
Thank you.
So this is huge.
Thank you for that. Any other discussion points before I make a recommendation? I want to make sure I hear from the board.
Yeah, I would just like to thank Sarah. I mean, Sarah, you and I, we have a good relationship, and we were on the board together, and I know how hard you work in this situation. So I just want to thank you for what you've done in the past. You know, I support you, so. But in this case, I'm going to vote for the board member because I think it's more important to have a board member in that interest, my personal opinion, okay, even though we enjoy each other's conversations.
I'll kind of build on Mr. Simonson. It's not about you. In all honesty, this kind of gives us a way to have two voices. You're still going to be there in your other capacity to help and provide input if someone else is nominated or approved. So I think it benefits us in an even bigger way.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
May I also say,
Absolutely.
Sarah, thank you so much for everything that you've done, because when I first came on the board, a few past years now, TIF was a foreign word to me. And when Tammy was throwing out, all of these different words that I didn't understand, and I was going to each board member saying, what do they mean with TIF? What do they mean with TIF? Because I had not been acquainted with that. But you took the time to sit down with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it because you really helped educate me on what it was going to do to our school.
So with that, thank you for being a friend of children. And that's the biggest compliment I can give anybody. So thank you. I truly mean that. And my recommendation has nothing to do with the job that you've done. You've done an incredible job. It has to do with positional thought as to what the future may look like. But you are truly a friend of children. With that being said, Dustin Gehring recommends that Kevin Kaiser is given the appointment for Franklin County Redevelopment Commission. It is a non-voting member, but I would ask the board to approve, if willing, that recommendation. With that, I need a first, second discussion and vote.
I so move to approve Kevin Kaiser.
Brandy Wilson, is there a second? I will second that motion. Any discussion?
So in that we would bring Kevin in to set with the redevelopment. That would mean that, as Kevin just said, it'd be wonderful if it was two, but it would just be Kevin.
If Sarah
She would
chose
be-
to be in the audience, as I'm sure she will, this is certainly a project for her, we would have two advocates in the room.
I see.
She would be the reporter.
Yeah.
She would be writing for the Observer.
So you're right, she would still be in the room.
As she chooses.
Kevin would be our representation officially, though.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure that I was clear on.
Right, and as Sarah had stated so graciously in her moment earlier, speaking to us, just the willingness to assist and onboard this person, which I think is very gracious of her. And again, speaks to her character.
Good.
Let's take it to a vote. All in favor to have Kevin Kaiser as our redevelopment
Appointee.
appointee?
Yep.
Please raise your hand.
Oops, wrong hand.
I think that is, okay. Greg, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6-1, or no, ask for a no.
Is there opposition? Is there a no? Foster? Okay,
Got it.
6-1.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
And thank you, Kevin, for your willingness to
Yes.
take that position. All right.
That takes us, item 12, superintendent's report.
I will be very, very quick. I notice I'm packing up already. I promise I'll be very quick. I just want to say thank you to my central office team and my admin team for the support while I was out on medical leave with my new hip. It was incredible to be able to focus on recovery, and I'm recovering well. I specifically want to thank Shannon New. She did an incredible job of managing situations that she had no idea she was going to have to manage during that window of time, and she just really stepped up into a space. Big kudos to her. She did an incredible job. I want to publicly thank my wife for her incredible support around making sure I had all the medication I needed and putting up with everything that I brought to the table during that period. And then, of course, go Hoosiers.
Excellent. That was brief. Item 13, legislative updates.
Does anybody else have any before because I'm gonna kind of overlap 13 and 14, if that's okay.
I think that's okay.
I'm gonna ask Kendra, did we receive an update on Senate Bill 1 from our financial advisors? And will we have a report in the near future?
So we haven't set any date nor communication, but I have discussed with the finance committee prior to tonight's meeting. I do have a work session with our financial advisor next week where we are going to be working 5-year look back plus 5-year look forward. I have also spoken with Mr. Gehring around requesting a executive session for board training to go over the 5-year forecast. And in that, yes, there is updates with Senate Bill 1 and the outlook on property tax cuts and what to be expected.
Sorry, I didn't give you a heads up on that.
That's okay.
That's kind of a future agenda request as well, and I have another one when we get there.
Okay, so I think I heard Senate Bill 1, and then item 14, future agenda requests.
My request is our list of committees. We had kind of a learning curve year with committees. I would like to formally request that every regular board meeting, we have committee update reports or committee reports if they had any sort of meetings or interaction in between meetings. And, committees can decide who that voice is or how they want to go about that amongst themselves.
With that, the board will notice that on their table is our calendar of those committees, learning curve. We need to put that on paper for you. So we got that listed out for you as well. The only two that are not updated because they were elected tonight was the budget finance group and then our bargaining. So I'll update that and send it out.
Excellent. Any other future agenda requests? Item 15, recognition and acknowledgements.
Nothing special tonight.
I have a little bit of good news out of
Okay.
Laurel Elementary. I went down to the PTO meeting the other night, and the ladies are just doing a phenomenal job. They have a little Christmas store that they put on at Christmas. It's called the Elf Shelf, and they sold $4,000 worth of merchandise out of there. $600 of that was profit, and they used that money to buy snacks and supplies for the teachers' lounge.
Awesome.
And then the other little piece of good news is Kim and I went down to Laurel Elementary last month, and I seen in the library there was some blank walls. And so I reached out to Mr. Dieters over at the high school, and he has agreed to have his art club paint some Franklin County historical scenes for the Laurel Elementary, and hopefully they'll have those ready to present to us by the springtime.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
That's all.
Excellent.
I have one thing. There was the need for a sign on one of our bus routes, and I want to say thank you for having that sign put up, because it has already helped in not having any more passing of buses or accidents and such.
A road sign, Katie?
Yes,
Okay.
it says bus stop, and it was right after a curve, and it was a very dangerous spot. So thank you, whoever got that going.
Any other recognition, acknowledgements? We will adjourn our meeting at 7:16.
Got it.
Before the game starts, I think. Our next regular school board meeting, 6 p.m. Monday, February 9th, 2026, at the Franklin County Administration Building.
Because it's last month.
Team, there is no hurry
Yes,
over the next
but
month.
go
If
ahead
you can
and
sign the
just cross
books,
out because
that,
we're-
you have plenty of time, tonight or at the next meeting or whenever.
Cross that
Okay?
out.
I'll deliver once I have 7 signatures.
Michael?
Thank you.
Michael?